Yes, absolutely true. And also, if I could follow up there, sir, like you talked about the idea of Europeans believing that they're more sophisticated than their American counterparts, but at the same time, there's also the issue of Trump saying that yes, he will back security guarantees when it comes to security guarantees in Ukraine and so forth, but there will be no U.S. troops on the ground or your interventions from the U.S. further than the guarantees that they're giving. Do you think that the Europeans also feel the same way when it comes to them being able to carry the burden of, supporting Ukraine, or do they need the Americans in this situation and don't see themselves as sophisticated?
I think one of the reasons why the Europeans are failing is that they lack strategic focus. Like him or not, President Putin is very focused. Like him or not, President Trump and the neo-realist White House cadre intellectuals are extremely focused. They know precisely what they want. The problem, the Europeans themselves, they don't know what is the end game. What is the end game? When you talk to European policymakers in London, Paris, Berlin, no one has a clear idea, right? So I'll tell you what's the end game. The key word here, in my opinion, is an English word of French origin, and it's the word longitude, right? Longitude in degrees vis-a-vis the Greenwich median point. So Kiev, the city of Kiev, is precisely on the 30th longitude east. That is very important. The old Russian-Ukrainian border from before the war is precisely on the 40th, 40 degrees east. The key to the future negotiations of the coming days, where is precisely the line? So that line, there will be a line drawn,
Yes.
and the Russians and the Americans will tell the Europeans, you know what? There is no NATO, no French, no German soldier east of that line. And I think this is the crux of the issue. Will that line, east of which Putin and Russia will never accept the presence of any French or German or British soldier, will it be the 31st longitude line east? Will it be the 32nd? I think this is exactly what will be negotiated in the coming days. And of course, the Russian will say, wait a minute, you want an international peacekeeping force? Great. Ukraine chose to have soldiers from Germany, Holland, France for their side of the international peacekeeping force. We, the Russians, we want to have Belarusian,
Yes.
Belarus, Armenian, and Turkish soldiers for our side of the international peacekeeping force. This is exactly what will happen in the coming days.